Hello, we are skipping over to Unit 8, Session 1.1. This session is a little bit of review because we have discussed even in odd numbers before, and we have discussed partners in teams before. This unit takes it a little bit further in how knowing even in odd numbers can help you solve larger problems or at least have some better understanding of your answer. When we start this unit, we start asking students, what does it mean to be even? What does it mean to be odd? At this time of year, they are able to give us a lot more information because we have practiced it in earlier units. So some things they might say for even, everybody has a partner. We're skip counting. We're counting by twos. If they're talking about teams, they might say it makes two equal teams. They might refer to doubles. When we ask them to describe an odd number, they might say, if they're referring to partners, one person will be left out. One person won't have a partner. If I'm counting by twos, I will skip over that odd number, starting with 2, because it's a skip counting pattern. If we're referring to teams, they might say one person is going to have an extra player, or one person is going to have to sit out for a minute so that the teams will be equal. They will realize that doubles will get us very close to an odd number, but double problems like 6 plus 6 and 7 plus 7 will not get us to the odd answer. A doubles plus 1, however, will. So using that information, this page is not in your work. We're just going to look at it a minute. This story says 12 children from room A want to play kickball. 10 children from room B also want to play. Can they make two equal teams? So a child might automatically become concerned with, this is a big problem that I have to add. Some already know what it is equal to. But another train of thought would be, well, let's just look at 12 for a minute. 12 is even. Let's look at 10. 10 is an even number. So if this number is even and this number is even, when I add them together, it does not really matter what the answer is. It is still going to create an even number. When you add an even number to an even number, it creates an even number. And if you stop and think about it, if they were all partnered up or they were all equal teams, they don't suddenly have an extra. Something else would have to change with one of these numbers. Now the question is, how many people would be on each team? So some students would solve this mental math. They would say, I know 10 plus 10 is 20 and 2 more is 22. Some would automatically know that half of 22 was 11. They still would have to show work. Some students would say, well, I know 6 is half of 12 and 5 is half of 10 and 6 and 5 is 11. That's a little bit more advanced thinking, that they can think ahead like that. Number 2 said Miss Todd's class is going to play a game in pairs. There are 12 boys and 10 girls. Can everyone have a partner? Again, if we stop and look at the number, 12 is even, 10 is even. It doesn't matter what the answer is. If I'm being asked if they can still have a partner, the answer is going to be yes, because adding an even number to an even number is going to create an even answer. And even answers always have partners. There won't be a student left out without a partner. This question, how many pairs would there be? Again, it is the same problem, and they could refer to a couple of different ways to answer that. The difference here is if we're referring to teams, they're going to show in their drawing that we had 11 students on one team and 11 students on this team. If we are showing partners, then they will be paired up by twos, and there will be 11 pairs. There are 12 girls and 11 boys in Mr. Fox's class. Can everyone have a partner? So this problem is just a little bit different. Because if I understand that 12 is even, but 11 is not. 11 is odd. So if I add an even number to an odd number, I will create an odd answer. So I know that before I even know what the total is. Because if this 12 girls were paired up, I'd have 6 partner sets. 11 boys can't be paired up evenly. 1 boy will be left out. So can everyone have a partner? I already know the answer is no, because when you add an even number to an odd number, it creates an odd answer. You can still have pairs. It says how many pairs would there be? So we would start drawing our 12 girls paired up, and there would be 6. Some people will say, well, I know 6 plus 6 is 12. And instead of drawing, they would probably just write that double sentence. When they get to 11, they might write 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 1 more. So we realize that we'll have 6 pairs of girls and 5 pairs of boys. So we'll still have 11 pairs. What we have different here is that we have 1 child left out, which is never fun. So hopefully they'll share and take turns. Because remember when we talked about fractions in Unit 7, children are not anything that can be split in half. So sharing and taking turns is the only option here. All right, the page that will be in your packet is this page. Fill in the missing numbers using the counting strips. So again, hopefully your child is going, I see a pattern here and a pattern here and a pattern here. If they notice this 2 to 4, hopefully they're noticing this is a +2 pattern. They see 40 to 45, hopefully they're noticing a +5. And if they see all of these zeros, hopefully they know they're counting by 10. I hope that they also notice that this ones place number is increasing. And this ones place number is increasing. Look at this tens place number, however, 4 to 3. So we are actually counting backwards here. All right. Have fun doing math.